maybe how we approached or came into this work beginning today. Thinking about diversity and inclusion, diversity and quality, diversity as innovation and jazz, how all students fit into the picture, how do we build a culture of action. Interestingly enough, there's another group of liberal arts colleges that are kind of going by this loosely affiliated name, LADO. Anybody in the room familiar with LADO at all? LADO is an emerging organization, liberal arts college diversity officers, and these are the institutions that have begun to come together. And so I wanted to offer this to you, and you can flood one of my good colleagues at Lafayette College, Shirley Ramirez. You can flood Dr. Ramirez's emails to find out how you get connected, because this is a group that's primarily, as you see, in the northeastern part of the country. However, they have the idea of having a broad national agenda and asking the question, what do we need to be doing as liberal arts institutions with respect to this work? Where do we fit into this work? Where do we fit into this conversation? And how are we uniquely situated, perhaps differently, than other types of institutions to be engaged in this? And so they recently had, same thing you're having, a presidential forum on diversity, where they brought together their diversity officers and their senior leadership to talk about issues. It was hosted at Williams College, facilitated by Lonnie Guinier and Susan Sturm, and brought presidents, chief academic officers, chief diversity officers from 9 liberal arts institutions to talk about frameworks and strategies for advancing diversity as a transformational concept and a core value, how to build collaboration and sustain innovation in difficult economic times, and how this constitutional moment can be used to create a strong foundation for advancing these values. So again, I think that the thinking that guided this meeting today is very commensurate with the thinking that guided that meeting that happened in April, so I wanted to make sure to point that out. I've had the good fortune to work with dozens, a couple hundred institutions through the years when we factor in leadership institutes that I've been in residence at, and everyone across the country is really dealing with these tough diversity issues. Enhancing the cultural competencies of all students, assessing the educational outcomes of diversity, increasing the diversity of our student bodies, increasing the diversity of our faculty and administrative leadership, retaining and promoting those faculty, diversity education and leadership development moments for faculty and staff, diversifying the curriculum, assessing and understanding where the campus-wide progress is, and in trying to figure out meaningful ways to enhance the campus climate for diversity and inclusion. All ideas that I was hearing as you were talking today. The thing that I always like to say is that unfortunately there are no magic diversity bullets. If so, I'd be doling them out in great abundance. And the thing that I always come back to is that at the end of the day, although we would want to be engaged in change efforts that's going to look like that blue and red curve there, the reality is that the best of what we're probably going to get done is something that looks like this green and yellow curve. And that can be quite frustrating for diversity champions. That can be quite frustrating for change agents and change leaders. But the reality of what we're doing is something, again, that's going to be much more akin to that green curve than the blue one. But the importance is to get it going and to get it moving in a particular type of direction.